the fuck else was he in?
What, Topher Grace?
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Bad movies, like worse movies, probably.
Really?
I don't know.
That's tough.
But like we've never heard of any of them,
Yeah,
so unless they're all
exactly.
rom-coms, and even in that case, they're probably all bad movies. All right,
Brosplay. Hey, we can't think of any other movies Tobey Maguire's in.
Maybe he's in one as a kid or something. I mean, I know he's in Great Gatsby, but that's a very recent one. Oh yeah, he's the main character. He plays.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, whatever, man.
Yeah, I need to take out this floating head first. But yeah, he plays whatever the main character in Great Gatsby's called. Remember, isn't his name like Nick or something?
I thought
he's
that
like
was
the neighbor.
Oh,
because the main character.
I haven't seen any of it. I don't know anything about.
Have you read the
Gatsby.
book?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have I read the book?
Well,
Do
it's
you
a
even
school-
know me?
It's a school book,
Oh, that's true. That's
Right?
true. I didn't even read those.
but
I
well,
read
yeah,
book
but
synopsises.
they show you a movie in school usually. They're like, here,
Yeah.
this is what the movie kinda is like for all the people who just pretend to read the book.
Look how many points and tokens you have available. You have 24 upgrade points, Derek.
I don't know what to use them for, man.
I know that's like
I don't
it's
wanna
a
read
weird conveyance
anything.
issue. But I was just watching. Sorry, were you finished your
Oh.
statement?
Oh, yeah, so the main character is named something, and he lives right next door to Gatsby. Like, and so Gatsby is Leo DiCaprio, and Tobey Maguire plays the main character.
The main character is not the Great Gatsby?
No.
Wow.
Well, it makes more sense when you read the book because the whole idea is that this guy, like, lives next door to him, and he's like, who is this crazy individual, this great Gatsby man?
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good book. Maybe read it for the channel one
You
day.
gonna bring it to the channel, bro?
Maybe one day. But
You gonna bring it to the channel, bro?
I'm right in the middle of 1984 right now.
Can we just stop for a second and look at that backdrop? That is
Yeah.
neato.
Whoa, Nito burrito.
That is on fuego.
Okay, so you gotta help me identify this head, because if this head no, seriously, if it gets me once,
I am Mitch, head identifier.
Okay.
I'm head identifier.
Oh my God.
At the head identifying.
fuck, where is it? Where is it?
You have to help me look. There it is. I found it. I found the head. This is why I'm the head identifier.
There it is. It's the head.
I thought about this today. If you ever hear about a guy who's like the head something, at whatever it is, it means that there's a lot of people in that industry, like that section.
Yeah, they're
where it's
not
like,
the only guy.
I'm the head lion mane animator. It's like, holy shit, how many lion mane animators are there?
Oh man, I can't even imagine animating hair.
Yeah,
At
it's
all.
brutal. But I wanna discuss. Have you seen the second Mechanic movie?
No,
Resurrection?
No. I saw that it came out on Netflix.
It's
not
got
very good,
It's got
eh?
a lot less Ben Foster.
Oh well, that's not a good sign.
Because anyway,
It's half of what I liked about the first
that's
one.
like the reason why the first movie was so fucking good, because it didn't have a love interest. And guess what? This one has a love interest.
Who is it?
And guess who it is?
Who?
Jessica Alba. Why? Couldn't fucking tell you. You know what? I think Jessica Alba seems like a lovely individual. I actually had a weird dream the night after I watched that, where
Dude, we don't need to know about your weird dreams.
about Jessica Alba?
Yeah.
Where I openly insulted Jessica Alba's acting right in front of her, without realizing that I was hanging out with her for some reason. And she was really mad, and I had to explain that I just don't think that the movie was tailored towards her acting style. That's just how I feel. Because there were these really genuine moments between her and Jason Statham, and I was like, that's really cute. And then moments where she had to convey like extreme emotions, and I'm like, that's really not well done.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she just didn't bring it home for you.
There's get off of me moments, and I just
Get off of me?
yeah, like she just like said it like that. It's
Oh.
just like, oh, no, get off of me.
Every time I hear "Get off me," it reminds me of that scene from Tarzan.
Yeah,
Where he's
get.
Yeah, he's trying to get her shoe or something, and she's like, "Get off!"
No, she
kicks
tries to
him.
look up her dress.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's a good point. And then she
Yeah.
kicks him in the face.
That's like that last get off is like, go fuck yourself, because she doesn't understand,
Get
or I guess he
off!
doesn't understand. But anyway, the mechanic's pretty good. It's really neat. They set it up kind of like, you know how like in a video game where it's like, you must retrieve these like 16 Colossus souls. Like you're like, ooh,
Yeah,
I have 16 things to do.
This is my mission.
Yeah, so the setup and the mechanic is, I guess this is like a minor spoiler for the first movie, is that he fakes his death to the world, but you know as a viewer that he did not die. So the reason why it's called resurrection is because someone knows he's still alive, and they're like, "Hey, I need you to kill somebody, and I'm gonna do
Because I can
hostage-y
make you
things."
do it. Yeah.
And he's like, "I have 3 people you need to kill." So you're like, "Ooh, neat!" So you get the setup, the execution, and the payoff of three assassinations, which is neato. Also, Tommy Lee motherfucking Jones is in it.
Ooh, he's always a good addition.
I love Tommy
any
Lee Jones.
script.
He's good in everything, man.
Okay,
I
so
don't know
on
if I've ever
page
seen-
4, we're gonna add some Tommy Lee Jones.
Last minute movie things are fucking strange, man. The amount of times that last minute adjustments to a movie have made it better or good at all. Like, you remember the Silver, what's his name in X-Men, the guy who just moves super fast? Quicksilver. I always forget his name. In the, I don't even know what fucking movie it is. I'm so confused with the X-Men movies, man. There's too many timelines and shit. Anyway, you know the one I'm talking about, where they're escaping the prison, and Quicksilver comes in and he just runs around the room listening to great music, and he's like actually running on the
Which
walls.
doesn't make any sense. How would he hear music? It would just be.
I love that you
right?
brought that into it. I think pretty much every superhero has some sort of minor control on it, like things that they're touching are unaffected by their power.
That's true.
Or
because
affected by their power.
Well, because mutants are also classed, right? So like a class 4 mutant would be able to
Right.
control things like that way better than a class 2 or 3 mutant.
Well, it's kind of like Kitty can go through things, and she can't make you go through things until she touches you.
But she can make herself go through something and simultaneously be able to hold something on the other side of the wall.
That's true.
Right? So a lot of them probably have those
Oh,
types
the
of
guy on
abilities.
Mutant X couldn't. So there's a part where he has to get a plant out of a building, and he throws the plant up into a window, phases through the wall, and catches it on the other side.
So why can't he bring the plant with him?
He can't phase. That's a good point, because he brought his clothes with him. What the fuck, Mutant X?
He was saying he couldn't phase inorganic material.
That was a great fucking show. You know what? Maybe it was that. Maybe it was organic material that he couldn't phase.
but
Maybe
he can
that's
phase
why.
himself and other people.
Could he?
Well, yeah, he could obviously phase himself. That's
Well,
organic.
what I mean is, like, maybe he couldn't phase. Like, I have a feeling that he explains it, but maybe he couldn't phase other organic objects, which is why his clothes can phase with him, but he has to throw. I remember it's like it was a whole scene, which I feel like they wouldn't have put in there if it did. If it, that's not true.
I would hope they wouldn't, but maybe.
There's plenty of movies that put stuff in there that don't make sense.
Just because, like, somebody had the idea and it was too late.
Yeah, sometimes people miss the point, you know.
Well, some people just want their idea to be used.
Yeah. I feel like I missed a thing. Oh, anyway. No. Last minute adjustments. The Quicksilver. That was not supposed to be in the movie. Just like a last minute decision.
And it
It
worked.
was like one of the best parts of the movie.
It worked great.
Yeah.
And he's good too. Like the actor they chose to play him
Oh, he's great.
feels like the movie couldn't even be done without him. Like once you see it.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's on American Horror Story.
Oh really?
He's one of the actors who's in almost every season. He's in the first 4 at least. For anyone who doesn't know, American Horror Story is a very interesting show where each season is its own contained storyline.
Well, it's all horror storylines, right?
They're all classic horror stories. Yeah. So the first season is a haunted mansion. Second is really fucked up insane asylum in like the 50s, and the third is witches in the modern day. They have texting.
Interesting. That's actually kind of neat.
But it's got the same actors, like the same like core of actors in every season. So it's really fun to go from season to season to find out what your favorite character is doing, because they might be in a completely different role, and a totally different relation to the other actors. That's the interesting part. It's kind of like it's like an experiment on how good acting can completely like pull you in. Because at first you notice them and you're like, oh, that's Kyle, and this season his name is Kip. But it only takes like that episode, and you're like, no, that's Kip.
Yeah, I can tell Kyle is dead.
Yeah.
Kip is here.
Kyle is over. Let him go. Also, the Zoe from, I always want to call it Game of Thrones, House of Cards, because it's basically Game of Thrones but in Parliament. Anyway, she plays Zoe. She's in the first season of American Horror Story, not the second one. Kathy Bates comes in the third season, stays into the fourth. I don't know if she was in the fifth. Lady Gaga was in the fifth.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it,
Pretty sweet though.
but Lady, I
that's
think
kind of
Lady-
neat.
I like Lady Gaga.
I think she says some very interesting things. She's like a Marilyn Manson type for me.
Yeah,
Although
one of
I
those,
actually
like-
like Marilyn Manson's music, so
yeah. Well,
there's a difference.
I mean, I think the similar thing is that the two recognize that when you make a spectacle of yourself, you gain the opportunity to start saying what you want to say. Well, as if you're Marilyn Manson and you stand on the corner and you're like, listen, man, you're all slaves. These people are just trying to create a target audience. Everyone's like, fuck off. But if you sing, you're target audience with a like makeup, like a black streak across your eyes, with one of your eyes looking like it's blind, people will listen to that shit.
Well, and people will be captivated by it. When people wonder what something means and then they discover its meaning,
Yes.
it means it lasts longer.
I love that. I love looking into lyrics and finding out that I actually agree with it. Like, Sixth was like that for me. I was really into the music, and I thought that I agreed with what they said, but I didn't know what they said. And then I went and looked it up, and I really agreed with what they were saying. They have so many messages, and dude, by this time this comes out, I mean, June 11th is the new album, but the new album's coming out. I was really fortunate with Sixth. I discovered them years after they had stopped recording or touring, and I was like, that's disappointing. And then 2016, they came out with their first new album in like 5-6 years,
Really?
and now they're making another. And if the singles are any indication of the quality of the final product, it's gonna be a fucking great album.
It's gonna be dope. You hear me?
Like, as I'm saying that, I realize that that's like saying, like, well, if the movie's as good as the trailer, it's gonna be great. Like, the singles are usually like, the singles are typically the song that they feel has the widest audience appeal. Although, if you know anything about Sixth, you'll
They're
know
not about audience
that they're not
appeal.
about that. They're like, they've kind of taken a similar approach to us, where it's like, we're gonna make our stuff, and if you like it, that's fucking great.
I like that approach.
Do it, people. You know what? If that's your goal, to be liked, then yeah, fucking keep your, this is the second time I'm going to say this in this session, keep your fucking finger on the pulse of the internet. But know that the internet changes so fucking fast that your format might go out of style and you don't like it. So take some advice from a well-known person who is also well known for going through a lot of that kind of, like, what should I do versus, like, what makes sense versus what I want to do, which is Aaron Hansen. He says, if you do something you don't like and nobody likes it, then nobody wins. If you do something you don't like and people do like it, then you're like, fuck, that's what people are into. But if you make something you like and it doesn't go well, then at least you had fun. And if you make something you like that does well, then it's a fucking
You win.
riot. So just make what you like, and especially at the beginning, if you're first starting YouTube, don't worry about it. In fact, you don't even have to put it out there. I understand the desire to put stuff out there. I did it. If I had the money, I definitely would have advertised myself before you even showed up on the channel. And that would have been a terrible idea, because I would have cemented my my style and would have had to, like, stick to it.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I would have
When you
felt
start a new
obligated.
channel, right, everything's new,
Yeah.
which we did. These bitches are bad.
I'm, fuck them. Teleporters.
Fuck them teleporters.
Then why don't you just teleport out of the
Oh.
room? Paladin!
She actually led me there.
Really?
Yeah, she shot where I was gonna be, and I walked right into the
Wow.
line. Yeah, that could have been random. but
Argent
it worked
facility
out.
destroyed.
So yeah, am I in the Argent facility? No. Don't get confused. You're in the destroyed Argent facility.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Argent facility. Oh, you're looking for Argent facility destroyed.
In brackets, destroyed.
In brackets. Yeah, is that the brackets one? No, that's not the brackets one.
Been destroyed.
That's Argent factory dash destroyed.
Is this battle just starting?
Yes.
I can feel the wind building.
Every time the first Lord of the Rings starts, she's like, I can smell it in the air. I'm just like, is it a fart? I don't know why I think that. Probably because the first time I ever watched it, that's what someone said. Wow, Mitch. Way to answer the questions.
Yeah, way to deprecate all over yourself. So what am I doing while I'm waiting for these fuckers to show up? There we go. This is cool. I can go up and over.
I was realizing there that this has been I've been doing a lot of talking, and then I realized why, because you're so focused on what's happening, and I'm like, you know what, maybe it was actually a good balance.
Yeah. Oh, for that fight, yeah, there's a lot going on. Going on. Let me in.
Airlock control. Let's get inside. Look at all the bloody mess. Oh, that's not safe for work.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
That's not even a good joke. That's just like I just mentioned a thing. I think what you were saying was better.
Ha.
How you doing, bro?
Oh no, he doesn't look so good.
I'm dead. I ain't got no shit.
Oh,
Or skin.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been a way better joke. I ain't got no skin.
Huh? I ain't got no skin, but he does.
What the fuck is that?
It's not the
Oh, really? Has there been a demonic presence noticed? I hadn't noticed.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's
okay.
all you got?
All right.
Whoa!
Oh,
More than one.
There's more than one. I had a feeling that they were going to counter with that.
Pinky?
That's essentially what a game is like. It's like playing a game of chess with a player when you're not around for it.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it.
Except, I think the great thing about chess, I think the reason why chess has existed for thousands of years, it's thousands, right? Or is it just hundreds?
Might even be thousands.
Yeah.
Definitely hundreds.
The reason why it's been so popular is because it's I dare say it's perfect for what it sets out to be. It is a fair fight that has nothing to do with how you prepare yourself for the fight. It is a game of strategy where you both fight on opposite sides parallel with the exact same resources. It is a game of wits and strategy that does not require the build up before the battle.
Other than of strategy, of course.
Yes.
I would agree. I think it is basically perfect. I think it was Joe Rogan said that it's like combat. Right? It's like a simulation of combat. The enemy can do whatever they want to you, based just within the rules, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So, I think it's a really fun game, but it takes a lot of time to sit down and play it. That's the only thing.
It does.
To really give it.
Dad and I play. I think you do too, right?
Oh yeah.
You play that. We have an app that we play against Dad, and it takes we have a 3-day timer. So games last. Sorry, 3 days. A 3-day timer on each turn. So it takes months sometimes to play a single game. And unfortunately, every so often I accidentally ruin it by not taking a turn and just fucking losing by forfeit. But I mean, it's like Dad likes to play that with us. The same reason why he watches the show. It's not the obvious thing of watching a show about video games. It's because he likes being involved with us. It's not really about chess. It's about interaction.
It's about his kids.
Yeah, like Dad doesn't give a fuck about video games. The only reason he watches this is because we're here. How you doing, Dad?
We're here.
You feeling good? Is it hot there? It's probably hot there.
It's not that hot here.
It'll be like June by the time he sees this. So.
Oh, that's true. It'll be nice and hot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fucking humid as fuck. That's the thing people don't know about Canada. It's as hot as it cold as it gets in the winter. Oh my goodness, with the humidity.
The humidity in the winter is a problem too, man.
That's true.
That's why it's so bitter.
Oh.
It's bitter.
precipitation
I'm
creates.
so bitter.
Is that a song?
Why all this humidity comes from The Rocker.
The Rocker.
Yeah, the movie. The
Oh.
Rainn Wilson movie. I'm
Oh.
not bitter.
Yeah, that's
Here,
right.
Just change it to I'm not bitter. And we'll just play it faster.
We went from a man canoeing in a lake to a tank flying down a mountain. Something
Yeah.
Like what? You guys don't rock a pocket of puke before a show?
Bang a gong, get it on. Bang a gong, get it on. I actually never knew that was a Rolling Stones song. For
Dang it.
all the years that I watched that.
Which song?
That is a Rolling Stones song. Bang a gong.
Oh.
Bang a gong, get it on.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
that's a reference to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I never knew that. I'd never heard that song.
Stones had a really unique style in that a lot of the songs don't fit a style. Like they don't feel like other Stones songs.
That's true. A lot of their songs don't, in a lot of ways, like sound like them, I guess.
Same with Beatles. You know they had
Yes, the Beatles had a lot of very
like what's a high up like a jaunty tune they had. I can't even think of one. I only have one song in my head and I'm gonna lose it if I think of another one.
What's the one you're thinking of?
Blackbird.
Oh, from the
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
The one that's in my head is Paint It Black by Rolling
That's-
Stones.
oh,
I
okay.
love that song.
I see a red door.
And I want to paint it black.
No other colors. Just put the paint brushes on my back. I don't know.
No, I just love the part where
no.
I don't know what it is, but I know you don't know what it is.
Oh, that's definitely not what it was. I was just trying to do a thing, you know. It's a show.
I just love when the tune picks up in that song because it's got this almost like desert style sound.
Yes.
It almost sounds like they're riding through the desert and they're like barely have enough water to drink. And then when he starts to pick up the tempo, I just feel like the song takes off.
It's a great example of tambourine necessity.
Tambourine necessity?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a tambourine in that song, isn't there?
I don't know.
Because it picks up and it's like doof 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 doof, and it's
That
like
is not
also-
the sound a tambourine makes.
No, that's the
bro.
drum, that's the kick,
Oh,
and then the tambourine is like.
yeah, you're probably right. There's probably tambourine in there.
It's crazy how many things make up the songs that you hear, and you don't realize there's like 8 instruments there. That's why it sounds different live, because you don't have everybody.
Yeah, you can't afford to have all the same intricacies live because you don't have like minutes,
Yeah.
hours to sit down with the music.
I recommend checking out Protest the Heroes' Blood Meat, or not Blood Meat, the Fortress album instrumental. It's amazing how well put together that album is musically. Because once you take out Rhodey's voice, you can hear it all, and that was the whole point. Like the music is not meant to be on its own. That's like it suits the all the music comes together to sound good together. But when you take out Rhodey's voice, you realize how much is supporting his voice and how much these background noises are working towards the feel of the entire song. It's amazing.
It's all important. Every little sound is important.
Every little sound. Every little sound.
Every sound that you make is important.
We're back on the rocker again?
No,
Made up
that's-
songs?
That just sounds, I don't know, it's like a Tim Hortons ad.
Oh.
Every song you make is important. If you can't tell, I don't really like Tim Hortons ads.
Oh.
I'm not a fan. I just hate ads where it's like, we've come out with the new, more chocolatey, more syrupy drink.
Yeah.
Don't you want a syrupy drink that'll make you want another syrupy drink? It's not warm, it's actually iced. But it's so chocolatey, you can't resist.
That you think it's warm.
Yeah, it's so nuts. I watch these commercials and I'm like, why is it being chocolatey a good thing? If someone told me
Yeah.
this is a heavily chocolatey drink, I'd be like, no, thank you. Can I get something that's a little more like, could there be some blueberry? I don't know.
I don't like the ones that are like overly fake, where it's like, we're gonna show you this new car. Now, before I show you the car, what do you think it costs? And everyone's like, gotta be $600,000.
Yeah,
and
this is $1 million car.
I would give you my children for this car. How much is it? And he's like, 15 grand. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's totally modest. Oh my goodness. And he's
I
like,
could pay that.
actually, look in the back. It's not actually a regular car. It's got a hatchback. Never seen that before, have you?
It's your car now.
Wow. It's not just a car. It's the thing that gets you where you need to go.
For 3 easy installments of $60 each week.
I love how car companies do that. They're like, bi-weekly payments? I'm like, no, it's monthly payments.
Well, the interesting thing, because I was actually offered both. I was like, they said, do you want monthly or bi-weekly? And I said, well, that doesn't make a difference, right? Turns out it does. Because if you pay monthly, you pay 12 times in a year, right?
Right.
But if you pay bi-weekly, half of 52 is 26. So you essentially pay 13 months when you go bi-weekly.
Oh.
Yeah, because in a month, there's 31 days at most, not 28, which is 4 weeks.
Right.
So in bi-weekly paying, you actually pay more times in total than you would have if you had paid on a month-to-month basis. So I did that just because I knew it would take me less time to pay it off.
Well, that's really neat.
But that's why they advertise that way, because they can say it's like, oh, $60 bi-weekly. But most people would, be like, well, that's $120 a month. That's a lot of money for me.
I love up to.
Oh,
Such a load of shit.
I hate starting at.
I
drove by a sign.
As low as.
I drove by a sign that said homes starting at $2 million.
Yeah.
And I just aloud just said, fuck off. Starting at $2 million? What's the nicest home in that community look like?
Yeah.
Right, is that a $4 million home or a $3 million home that's the nicest one?
Yeah, I'm sure it's got like fucking padded ceilings and shit.
Padded ceilings.
It's
the most useless feature.
Because when you get in the house, you're going to be so excited you jump for joy. You don't want to hit your head.
Oh my god. I can't believe I live in this $2 million home.
Oh, cool. I spent the amount that I could save every child in Africa in this home.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's obviously an exaggeration. It would take a lot more than $2 million.
Well, especially because no one has the $2 million. It's not like you're like, here is $2 million in your hand. I will take your house now. It's more like, okay, so the bank's agreeing to give me $2 million over 25 years if you're agreeing to take $2 million over 25 years.
Do you know that like an average person makes like, I think it's $2 million? On like 50,000 a year, you'll make like $2 million over your adult life.
Which means you have zero hope of buying a $2 million home.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is why you need to grab 2 shit microphones, plug them into a reasonable, like $120 mixer, record it with your brother every so often. Like you're gonna want to go like twice a week, record like probably an hour on each session. Like
at least 2 hours a week.
You want to record like a surplus, right? You want to record like if you're uploading 4 episodes a week. Let's say for example Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, usually in sequence of the same playthrough in the same one. You're gonna want to go for like 6 to 8 episodes in a week. That way, you always have more than you need, and then you can always purge it. You can just be like, then you can pretend that the audience is getting something special by saying, "Look, we're gonna put out like 9 days of Mercenaries at the same time." Obviously, all of this is hypothetical.
No one would ever do this.
That was the longest hypothetical thing I've ever done. That took a long time.
That was some intense sarcasm.
And halfway through there, I was like, should I stop and say like, obviously this is a joke?
No, you can't break the facade.
Yeah, you can't break the fucking consistency. I love how you have an opportunity to shoot that guy in the butt, like right in the ass. And he's like, no! I'm a jetpack man!
Yeah, these guys are pretty intense, the jetpack men, but they're not nearly as intense as the wave ladies.
Wave lady.
Teleporting wave ladies.
That sounds like a TWRP song. My teleporting wave lady. Not that TWRP sounds like that.
That's what NSP sounds like.
Exactly.
You got them all mixed up.
Wow, that was like the greatest compliment I've ever received on the show.
What?
That I sound like NSP. I love NSP.
Yeah, you had their style.
They're tuning again. They're tuning.
They're tuning up their instruments again.
Yo, did you know they're tuning for the first time in a year? That's why the last album was so off. They didn't tune their guitars.
They just thought it wasn't going to be a problem.
Yeah, seriously. On a serious note, though, there's no NSP songs without out of tune guitars. That was obviously a joke. That one needs to be.
Yeah, that's a joke. I'll clarify.
I need to clarify because I really like them, and I don't want to like meet them in an alleyway and fucking Ninja Brian like. Oh my goodness. Oh my great goodness. I gotta say, Ninja Brian is so good at maintaining that character that it's easy to forget.
He's actually a nice guy.
He's a really nice dude. Like his Ninja Brian persona is intentionally opposite.
Aggressive. Yeah, he's a professor, right?
He was a university professor of I think it's physics.
Physical
really
man.
Funny thing is he was writing a research paper and you have to write down your affiliated known affiliates. So it's like University Ninja Sex Party Game Grumps. It's hilarious.
I mean, it would kind of be weird writing something with him because you would know that those had to be written down.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
it's
yeah,
okay.
right. Your band?
Ninja Sex Party is going to be written in my dissertation. What's a dissertation?
I don't actually know. I assume a dissertation is sort of like a final paper.
Oh.
I think it has something to do with medical, but maybe not even.
We have stretched this episode out. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Next time,
we'll get through the door and past the guards.
I think this is the end of the session, isn't it?
Yeah, but next time we will, right?
So next time we'll probably start at the beginning of this fight.
Next time we'll get through the enemies, past the bridge, through the guys with the guns, and into the vault.
And continue discussing other YouTube channels. That's never going to stop.
Yeah, other content on our content.
This is really weird to end here. Anyway,
thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought that was gonna.
I don't know why I chose to end it like in a fight, but that's fine. Things happen. We're at half an hour.
See ya.
There we go. That's perfect. I should have just asked you to do something like that. I always forget you have control.
I'm piloting.
Goodbye.
And farewell.
No, that too. But